Today we are doing planks, which I feel is the most effective exercise to really strengthen and tone your core. So what you need today is you need a mat and a towel. So the towel can be used to place underneath your knees if you have sensitive knees. And if you have a boo-boo available, he is a great support system for you while you're doing planks. So with the planks I'm doing today, I'm going to be doing modified planks throughout this workout, which means that I will be on my knees. For those of you who are used to doing planks and want to be up on your toes, every exercise you do today allows you to do that. So let's start off by getting into plank position. And so your focus with plank position is you want your hands to be underneath your shoulders and your knees are away from your body. The focus is that your knees, hips, and shoulders all line up, just like a line, just like that. And so in order to do that, one of the things you want to do is you want to make sure you hold in your core. And a way to help you do that is almost think about pulling your belly button into your spine. Now keep in mind, we will be holding plank sometimes for what will feel like a pretty long time. At any time, feel free to take a break, but just going back on your knees or going into child's pose. We will take some breaks throughout this. So get comfortable in your plank pose, holding in those abs. And let's just stay in this position for about 8 seconds. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to tap our knee out to the side. And so if you're on your toes, you would be tapping your toes. Now continue to pull your core in. And as you tap your knees to the side, what you're going to notice is you're using your obliques or the sides of your abdominals. So now your hips are always pointed downward. And if you'll notice throughout this, I will correct my form if I notice that I need to, and the same for you. So we've got 4 more, 3, 2, and 1, back into plank position. And now we're going to move into side plank. So to move into side plank, you want to come down on your elbows, and then take your elbow that's closest to your right side, and line it up so that it supports you, and then just roll over onto your knees, just like that. And now you want to really pull up so that you're keeping that in line with your hips. So you're really activating that oblique, especially the one closer to the ground. And then once you are in this position, you can go ahead and with your top leg, point it out. So I'm going to make sure that I'm in the frame. And then bring your arm up. So now we are going to reach our arm down out behind us as if we're trying to get something from behind, scooping out. So reach down, scoop, and then come on back and arm up into the air. Scoop, and then up. Then each time you come up, make sure those obliques are pulled up and in. So scoop, and up. Scoop, and up. 4 more. 3, squeeze those obliques. 2, and 1. So hold here. Take a quick break if you need to. And place your hand on your hips. And we're going to drop our hip down and tap it and then pull it up. Tap, pull up. Tap, pull up. Tap, pull up. 4 more. You should really be feeling these in your obliques. 3, squeeze up. 2, squeeze up. 1. Okay, let's roll back into plank and then push back on your knees. We're going to take a quick break. You can sit back or go into child's pose. And then once you're ready, come on back up. And we are going to do that all over again, but this time, of course, we'll focus on the other side when we're doing side planks. So come on back into plank position. And once again, one of the things I've talked about is if your knees are sensitive, you can go ahead and place a towel underneath your knees. And tap those knees out. Or if you are on your toes, tap your toes out. Try to really focus on keeping that body in a straight line. We're going to do 4 more. Okay, now let's come down onto our elbows, into an elbow plank. Really move this bottom hand so that it supports you as you roll over. Now I'm going to remove my towel. And I'm going to get myself in position for my side plank, pulling the obliques in, keeping that long line. And I'm going to bring my upper leg out, toe points to the ground, arm reaches up. So once again, we're going to do that scoop underneath and then raise arm up. Scoop, arm up, scoop, arm up, scoop, arm up. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hip dips, down, up, down, up. You can put your hand to your hip, down and up, down and up. 4 more. 4, squeeze that oblique up. 3, 2, 1. Okay, bring yourself back to the elbow plank. Push yourself back. And this time come up on all 4s. Let's just do a couple of cat-cows. So starting in cat, really push your back up towards the ceiling, pressing in through your hands. And then come back down into cow, allowing your stomach to move more to the floor, your head coming up to look up at the wall. Move into cat. And back into cow. This is such a great stretch for the lower back. Now let's go through that one more time. Cat, and then cow. And we're going to do one final exercise that is a balance exercise, but also helps with the core. So make sure when you're on with your position on all 4s that your hands are underneath your shoulders. And take your right leg and point your toe and keep your right leg out straight. Hips are pointed to the ground. You can stay here, or you can bring your opposite arm, your left arm, up. And if you want to, you can stay here. If you want to progress, bring your right leg up. And final progression is you can always reach behind, grab your right leg with your left hand, and whichever one you have chosen to use, let's just stay here for a minute. Now, balance poses, you always expect a little bit of wobbling as your muscles work really hard to keep you in that pose. And so now after holding onto your foot, go ahead and bring that back out so your hand and your foot are pointing outwards, and bring hand and then knee down. Let's move to the other side. So this time left leg points out. Stay here, or bring your right arm out. Stay here, or left leg can come up. And finally, if you need it or want it, reach behind you and grab your foot. So any of these poses that you have chosen will be very daunting at first because it's tough to maintain balance. But if you work at it, you'll be surprised at how quickly you become much better at it. So go ahead and release if you're holding your foot, and bring your hand and knee back down. Let's go ahead and sit back on our heels or go back into child's pose for one final rest. And come on back up. So hopefully you got yourself a nice core workout. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a great day. Bye.